I'd like to call our meeting to order and ask everyone to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The roll, please.
Vaughn.
Here.
Shower.
Here.
McIver. Marquez.
Here.
Kenny.
Here.
Clistic.
Here.
Belzak. 5 present and 2 absent.
Quick learner, huh?
We have a quorum. Let's move on to the next item, questions, comments, and announcements of a general nature. I'd like to offer it to the audience. If anyone in the audience wanted to speak to the council this evening on any subject matter. We have some guests in the back, and I'm not sure your reason for being here. Do you have a class that you're? Well, come on up and tell us who you are.
Okay. Right there.
Yep, there's the microphone right there. Okay.
Another reason she wouldn't want to be here today.
Okay. I'm Nicole Peterson. I'm taking an American government class, and for one of our finals, we have to go to a government meeting for our city. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, where are you going to school?
COD.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we had another student doing the same thing.
Okay.
He was here taking notes too, not too long ago. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for us at this point?
No.
No. Okay. Well, we'll have another opportunity at the end, towards the end of the meeting,
Okay.
to ask questions if you wanted to ask us questions. So,
All right.
okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Okay. We didn't get much of a chance to go over the agenda this evening because we had an executive session, and I guess maybe we could take that at this point. Is on the consent agenda we have numerous items. Is there any items on the consent agenda that any one of you wanted to talk about now? Yeah.
I just had a question on item A, Dan, for the purchase of the skid steer for the Patent Cat. It says it's for $18,200, and yet the accounts that it's being pulled from on the bottom, it looks like there's twice that amount being pulled. It looks like $9,100 coming from the first account, $9,100 from the second account, and $18,200 from the third account. Just not quite sure if I'm misreading something,
No, we have
because it
right
looks
here.
like the total proposal is $18,200.
18.2 is correct. You're right, it's coming from 2 accounts, that is correct. It should have said total on the bottom, so it looks like where it says 0250 4815, that should have read total.
Speak into your microphone, Dan. Yeah.
Thank you. The third item at the below 0250 4815 should have said total. And then I'm reading all the way across. The total budget was $25,750. The proposed expenditures $18,200, and then obviously the proposed balance between the 2 accounts is $75,50. So it's really just that first the 0250 4815 should have read total.
Okay, so the account number, the third box basically should just say total instead of an account
Correct.
number?
Correct.
So the total amount is 18.2?
Yes.
Is that still is correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, which number is changing? Which one?
Just the account number, which will be on the bottom.
In the chart, the lower left box.
On the
Right.
chart, Kathy.
Oh, you're
Backup
talking,
material.
okay, you're talking here. Oh, okay.
The third one, instead of having the account number, would be a total, the total of the first 2 accounts.
The total of, okay. All righty, got it.
Thank you.
Any other questions on any of the other items on the agenda?
I just caught one small, tiny spelling error on page 4 in Public Works for monitoring police department, and then below it's monitors City Hall.
Are we talking the minutes or the consent agenda?
Consent, or no, I'm sorry. Treasurer, Treasurer Corn was talking, and I just. The
bills, I think.
Oh, you went to the bills?
I went to
Oh.
the bills, I apologize.
Okay, let's just finish with the consent agenda. If anybody has any other questions on any of those items on the consent agenda, the resolution on the painting was interesting. Did the committee approve to do all five proposals?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay, and you didn't list that, I found that interesting, G and H. You didn't list the dollar amount for each one of those
I'm sorry.
resolutions. I wrote it down, so I'll say it, but I thought that was an important item to put in there.
I'm sorry, on which one?
G and H,
For which
the
agenda?
resolutions for maintenance, the MFT funds. That wasn't in the motion, but I have the numbers. I will say those numbers. What you're asking, what you're
Okay.
telling,
On
what
the
you're telling the
IDOTs.
state we're
Okay,
going
on
to
the
use,
IDOT
yeah.
resolutions, yes, a different format, so yeah, I see your point, though, correct.
Yeah, I think it's important for the viewing
Sure,
public
sure.
to know. Okay. Okay, then let's move to any of the items under new business. Does anybody have any questions on the three items on new business? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true, too. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to let's go back to the next item on our agenda, which is the approval of the minutes of April 16th, 2018. Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Marquez, seconded by Alderman Clistic. Alderman Kenny, is this where you had the?
No,
Oh, okay.
we'll get into it's a small typo.
Okay, it's on the treasurer's report.
It's in the treasurer's report. We'll
Okay,
get to it.
got it. Okay. All right, any additions or deletions in the minutes for the clerk? Then the roll, please.
Marquez,
Aye.
Clistic,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
Shower,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
5 ayes and 2 absent.
The minutes have been approved. The next item is receiving of communications. Do any of the aldermen have communications to share? Alderman Kenny?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I did receive a communication from Bonnie Casera in Norman Court, 1400 block of Coventry. She copied you, I believe, and Mr. Gombach on a property at 75th and Norman Courts with some propane tanks in the yard and some bushes that are high.
When would that email have been sent?
Saturday? Last night?
It was this morning.
Oh, okay, then I haven't seen it yet.
I got
Okay,
it. Yes, I got it. Well, I seen it last night.
okay.
Okay, I thought.
I'll watch for it.
Yeah. So, anyway, but you responded back though, didn't you?
Correct,
Okay.
yes. And it's maintenance, property maintenance code violations at this point, so we haven't fully evaluated what the problem is yet, but we're gonna double check, take a look at it and take the necessary steps.
Because I did drive by and take a look, and it did,
It does look bad.
it does have what she said. I think I mean, the good news is because all those trees we have along 75th Street is kind of hid. It's got their house kind of hidden, and all the stuff that she's talking about is between the house and those bushes along 75th Street. So unless you're really looking for it, you weren't going to see it.
Yeah, those are all his trees.
Right. Okay.
And I think I sent you an email about a resident that walks along 75th Street, saw that cracked sidewalk. What was your response back to me on that one?
That was with Chris, for Chris to reach
Oh,
out
that's
to
right,
the
it's
county.
DuPage County, yeah, okay. They have to react to that, okay. Okay, I have a communications. Alderman Clistic brought up an interesting question today in his emails to staff about this whole issue of video gaming and the liquor license, that relationship. And his question was, are we in good legal standing if we say to one company, if you want a liquor license, you have to give us a waiver on video gaming?
Correct.
And then give another company, the liquor license and allow them to have video gaming. So Brian went and got an opinion from John Murphy regarding that. And his opinion is, in my opinion, the city faces no potential liability if it issues a liquor license to the VFW but declines to issue one to Brewster's. The council has virtually unlimited discretion with respect to the number of liquor establishments in the city, so long as it does not discriminate on the basis of race, national origin, etc. The council has the right to determine that it is reasonable to grant a liquor license to traditional, historic, not-for-profit groups such as the VFW and decline to issue a liquor license for a strictly retail business such as, in this case, was Brewster's. So I just wanted to share that information with you, so we are on very good legal standing. Any other communications to share? Alderman Clistic.
Thanks, Mayor. Just two quick ones. First item, I have seen an improvement in people parking on Sawyer Avenue, so I think a few people are getting the lesson or getting the notice that you can't block sidewalks. Unfortunately, a few blocks over in Farmdale, we're still seeing issues. I'm still getting some communication from residents. They're still seeing sidewalks being blocked. So, and second order of communication, I received from a gentleman from a constituent that was asking that if a crime happens in Darien, or say, for example, a break-in, he's mentioned that in the UK, that they will put a sign out and when you enter the block that says, if a crime happened here or something happened here, please talk to the police officers. In that instance, usually detectives, I told him will usually go out, but he just wanted me to mention the comment that if that's something Darien could do, that's something no other city that I've seen does. But the idea is that if someone might have seen something suspicious, they could contact the police, and they might not be on Darien Connect, for example, and not notice that something has happened. But pushing back on my side, and it could be a lot of residents say, I don't want people to know that this happened on my block. But that's just something he brought up that he's seen when he lived in the UK. So.
Well, Chief,
That was an interesting point.
maybe the chief could respond to that. When we do have these kinds of incidences, how much do the detectives ask the neighbor, the surrounding community for information? Do they at all?
The detectives typically do not. It's the first responding officer's responsibility that when they're investigating a burglary or the like to do the neighboring houses to see if they saw anything. Typically, they'll leave a card behind, contact me regarding this if nobody's home.
Okay. So we do it. We kind of sort of do the same thing, yeah.
Correct. And I mentioned the email list I have with Mr. Legansky and all the neighborhood just south of 79th Street. So
Yeah.
there is some informal communication that we do as well if something happens. So
He's a good one to get the word out.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
I just had a
Yeah.
question. You mentioned in our Friday newsletter that went out that people were calling about their tax bills. And their
Property tax bills,
Property
correct.
tax bills. Because I had residents in my area, and I think Ted probably heard the same thing because we share the same elementary school district. We pretty much all saw a corresponding increase of about $200-something, primarily attributed to the elementary school and the high school. And you noted for people, and I've told people the same thing, look at your tax bill, actually look at the individual
side, yeah.
items on the tax bill. Because people have a tendency to think it's the city right away. And you noted in the Darien data that it should be contact DuPage County. In this case, in our ward, it was primarily the school districts. Call the school district, find out why they increased it as well.
Yeah, calling the county or checking with the county is helpful, primarily because all of that is online.
Right.
But yeah, if a resident gets their tax bill, they'll look at each line, and it's easy to compare what it was last year versus
Right.
their current tax bill, and if it's attributable to each tax, because we did put that in the Direct Connect also. If you have a question on a particular district, you need to call that specific district, whether the school or whoever it was, because again, our while we didn't increase our levy, the county puts in that 1% for uncollected. So a couple tax bills I looked at, the city's portion went up maybe $3,
Yeah.
very minimal. But I saw from the few I looked at, it seemed about $220. The total tax bill went up,
Primarily the school districts.
and yes, primarily to the school
Did you have a lot of
districts.
phone calls?
I
Brian?
think there was also, I think Tri-State on a couple of the houses I looked at, that also took a little bit of a larger jump than normal, and I don't know the reason for that, if it was, if this particular house maybe had a different assessment or not. But I didn't receive a ton of calls. I received maybe 3 and an email today about that, but it's typical that, we'll receive questions on that. So the fact that I got a couple, and I remember the tax bills went out, we wanted to, address that to residents.
Okay. Let's move on to Mayor's report. I have no report. Let's move to City Clerk's report.
Just one item, Madam Mayor. The meet and greet will take place with Mayor Weaver on Monday, May 21st at 6 p.m. here at City Hall in the upstairs conference room.
Let's move to City Administrator's report.
No report, Mayor.
Let's move to Department Head Information questions. Chief, a report?
No report this time.
Okay. Any questions for Chief? Dan, do you have a report?
No, Madam Mayor, any questions?
Any
I'd be more than
questions for
happy to
Dan?
answer.
Yeah, you getting any negative feedback on the project on Plainfield Road?
No. No, we've got notifications out, we had signed boards out. There was one management company that, there was some, I guess the manager and whoever else, maybe a subordinate, didn't communicate, so it was just a miscommunication, but that was all resolved. Other than that, it's going very smoothly.
So far. Big project, yes. Treasurer's report. Treasurer Corr?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Happy New Year to everyone. As you all know, we're on the fiscal year that ends April 30th, so we have two warrants today, one related to the last fiscal year and the next one for the current fiscal year. Tonight, I'm requesting council's approval of warrant number 171825 in the amount of $166,014.96, payroll for the period ended April 26th in the amount of $237,102.56, for a total to be approved of $403,117.52.
Do I have a motion to approve this warrant? Alderman Shower, seconded by Alderman Clistic. Any discussion?
I have one, Mayor, we talked about it a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
Just a small typo. Page 4, Public Works and Streets, General Fund. Chicago Metropolitan Fire Prevention, they've got one monitoring the police department, and they got one monitorist for the city. So that's typo.
Yeah.
What was the name of the vendor name?
Chicago Metropolitan.
Oh, I see it
Metropolitan
now. I
Fire
see it.
Prevention.
Okay.
Monitorins instead of monitoring.
Yeah.
I don't know how I caught it, but I did.
It's a good eye.
I don't either.
Any other questions on this warrant? Then the roll, please.
Shower.
Aye.
Clistic.
Aye.
Marquez.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
5 ayes and 2 absent.
That warrant has been approved. Now you can say Happy New Year.
Now, Happy
Okay.
New Year. Requesting warrant, approval of warrant number 181901 in the amount of $40,874.94 from the listed funds.
Do we have a motion to approve? Alderman Marquez, seconded by Alderman Kenny. Any discussion? The roll, please.
Marquez.
Aye.
Kenny.
Aye.
Clistic.
Aye.
Vaughn.
Aye.
Shower.
Aye.
5 ayes and 2 absent.
Okay, the warrant has been approved. Treasurer Corr has some news on the police pension.
Yeah, we did have our quarterly meeting with respect to the police pension performance for the quarter ended March 31st. We had that Thursday night, and naturally, it was a little bit of an up and down quarter. Unfortunately, it was down for the quarter. The performance was a negative 66 basis points, so less than 0.75% for one, and about 56 basis points negative for the other. For the year, for the year ended, 12 months ended March 31st, which doesn't coincide with our fiscal year. One of them was up about 7.7%, and the other about 8.7%. So our bogey is 7%, so we should exceed that. I got the April report from one of the firms today, and it looked to be about even for April, so I would anticipate we should end the year somewhere between 7 and 8% positive. So
Any questions for the treasurer? Okay, let's move to standing committee reports. Alderman Marquez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At its last meeting, the Municipal Services Committee approved the minutes of the March 26, 2018 meeting and the April 2nd, 2018 special meeting. And our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, May 29th, 2018, 6:30 here in the council chambers.
Excuse me, that's Tuesday, May 29th.
May 29th.
But Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alderman Shower.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The minutes from the March 5th, 2018 Admin Finance meeting were approved and submitted to the clerk's office. And our next Admin Finance meeting will be held on Monday, June 4th at 6 p.m. in our upstairs meeting room.
And do we have a police report?
They're meeting on Monday, May 21st at 6 p.m. in the Police Department Training Room.
6 p.m.?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. All right, let's move to questions, comments, agenda-related. Any of the aldermen have questions on any of the items on the agenda? All right, then let's move right on to old business. And there being no old business, I get the happy duty of reading the consent agenda this evening, items A through N. Okay, let's begin. The first item is a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the purchase of the following attachments for our 2017 skid steer from Patton Cat in an amount not to exceed $18,200. I'm not going to read all of the different items on there. The next item is the motion to approve a resolution accepting a storm sewer easement on the following property, 7621 Linden Avenue. The next motion is to approve a resolution authorizing the purchase of one new 2019 Peterbilt Model 348 cab, which is replacing our Unit 106, and chassis from JX Peterbilt in an amount not to exceed $106,325. The next motion is to approve a resolution approving all of the parts that will go on that chassis, which is the dump body, the snowplow equipment package, the lighting accessory, hydraulic controls on that 2019 Peterbilt Model 348, an amount not to exceed $97,200. The next item is a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the purchase of one new 2019 Ford F-350 4x4 from Bob Riding's Fleet Sales in the amount of $40,186. And the next motion is to approve all the parts that will go on this new truck, which is the dump body, snowplow equipment, lighting, and hydraulics, in an amount not to exceed $49,486. The next item is a motion to approve a resolution for the maintenance under our Illinois Highway Code, which is a resolution that we give to explain to the state how much money we're asking for under our MFT fund, out of our MFT funds for the term of 2017-18, which is an amount of $580,266.24. The next item is a motion to approve a resolution for the maintenance under the same highway code. This time it's for the 2018-19 term, and the amount is $554,804.39. The next item is to approve a resolution authorizing the acceptance of a proposal from Superior Road Striping in the amount of $14,500 for our 2018 street striping program. The next motion is to approve a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a contract with Denler, Inc. in an amount not to exceed $154,181 for our 2018 crack fill program. The next item is a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the purchase of one new Secor C200 leak detector from Eden Brothers, LLC, in an amount not to exceed $10,995. The next item is a motion to approve a resolution accepting a proposal from Norwalk Tank Company for 36-inch high-density polyethylene pipes as required for various public works projects. There's not a dollar amount on that one. I forgot to look that up.
Correct. The total amount is not to exceed $45,000, but due to, it's basically quantity driven. We're not sure, especially on Clare Hills Road, whether or not we're going to use 100 feet or 1,000 feet.
Okay, all righty. The next item is a motion to approve a resolution authorizing the purchase of one new rigid press and snap drill from Acme Tools in an amount not to exceed $8,366.39. And the last item is a motion to approve a resolution accepting proposals from Midwest Commercial Painting for City Hall, Administration, and Police Departments in 5 different proposals. What's the total number on that? I forgot to look that one up too. All the different, well, I could read them all. The first proposal is going to be $9,318, and this is for painting in our City Hall, the council chambers, and the vestibule. Proposal 2, and the rest of the proposals go to the Police Department for lower-level hallway locker rooms, lower-level offices, booking area, and garage in the amount of $24,876. The next item is painting of stairwell metal railings, stringers, and window frames within the main level of the interior of the Police Department in an amount not to exceed $11,039. The fourth proposal is for general carpeting, patching, and limited painting at the Police Department and the Police Chief's Office in an amount not to exceed $4,775. And the fifth proposal is to remove and replace ceiling tile within the Police Department first and lower floor in an amount not to exceed $8,585. What was the total for all of that?
$58,593.
58,000 what?
$593.
Thank you. Okay. Do I have a motion to approve all of those items? Alderman Kenny, seconded by Alderman Shower. The roll, please.
Kenny?
Aye.
Shower?
Aye.
Vaughn?
Aye.
Marquez?
Aye.
Clistic?
Aye.
5 ayes and 2 absent.
All items have been approved. Let's move to new business. And the next item, the first item, A is a motion to approve the reappointment of department heads Gregory Thomas, Police Chief, and Daniel Gombeck, Director of Municipal Services. Do I have a motion to approve? Don't all jump at once, okay? Alderman Clistic, seconded by Alderman Marquez. Any discussion?
Well,
Sorry, Greg.
Okay. Don't throw them under the bus, okay? I'm assuming there will be no discussion, so the roll, please.
Clistic?
Aye.
Marquez?
Aye.
Kenny?
Aye.
Shower?
Aye.
Vaughn?
Aye.
5 ayes and 2 absent.
Would you both come forward to be sworn in?
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Dan Gombeck,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of
of municipal services of the police department
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
have a card for you.
You look a little sleepy there, just getting back from vacation, huh?
It's been a long day. It's like today's the Monday.
Yeah, it is definitely Monday, yes.
Just a worn out day.
Yeah.
Thing is that qualifier, the
Thanks,
best
Greg.
of your abilities.
Yes, thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
I said it back again, Dan.
really debate.
Dan?
It's a pleasure. Thanks, Brian.
No.
No.
We've got you on file.
We got your number. All right, next item under new business is a motion to approve an ordinance amending Title III, Section 3-3-7 and 3-3-8 of the Darien City Code for a Class M liquor license. This is the one affecting the VFW. Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Marquez, seconded by Alderman Shower. I got worried there for a minute there. Any discussion? Alderman Clistic.
Thank you, Mayor. Before I begin, I want to thank the gentleman, the veteran, for his service to our country and patriotism.
That's
I
Commander
greatly
Schaefer.
appreciated, Mr. Schaefer. The concern I have with this resolution is that you're 150 feet by an elementary school. You're really close to a church. You have McDonald's there, which is a very kid, family-oriented facility. You have Baskin Robbins and Teddy's Red Hot. And so I have a concern that, with kids coming in and out, a patron having maybe just one drink, a little slow on the break, could have a potential for an accident there as well, being so close to a school and church, and that's the concern I have. Also, I've been to VFWs. They're great. The concern also is, in general, VFWs have really cheap drinks. They're usually non-for-profit, so they're lower cost.
Really cheap drinks, hey?
Which is good, but the problem is you have a tendency to drink more versus, a $10, $12 drink. So I'm in favor of what they have, but not in this location. So unfortunately, I don't support the current location for it. So I know you're looking at some other locations, but as a parent and representative of my district and the kids that go to the school there, unfortunately, I can't support the current resolution.
We already have that pantry there that sells alcohol.
But this is also gaming as well.
Okay.
You sell this is drinking on premises as well. So this is a regular bar where a pantry. You
What was
can
the,
go and pour.
Commander Schaefer, what other location are you looking at? I thought you had your eyes on a different location.
Madam Mayor, council members, first of all, thank you for entertaining me this evening. So this is a two-pronged process, if you will. We are looking at this as the alderman has stated, as a place of gaming, and we do intend to sell alcohol provided we get the license. We are looking at another property on the corner of Clarendon Hills Road and Plainfield Road.
That's the one I thought, yeah.
Yeah, that is where we're looking at actually building our actual VFW hall. This is not going to be our permanent VFW hall. That's not the intent of this facility. What we are looking to do here is use this as a commercial enterprise to fund the other one, essentially. So, if that,
I
there's
believe
any
there's
other
a
questions.
deed restriction on Plainfield and Clarendon Hills currently too, though.
There is. The seller on our behalf has sued the deed. So we're waiting for it to work its way through the courts. We are actually under contract. We've been under contract for almost a year on that property.
Okay.
You need to buy the house next door.
So we didn't pull the trigger fast enough on that one. We almost bought it.
Yeah, that would give you lots of room, yeah. Okay, any other questions for Commander Schaefer? All right, thank you.
Thank you for your consideration.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
I guess the only comment I've got, although McClistick, is the VFW's former location when it was in the Heritage Plaza isn't that much farther than where they're at right now. And so you're saying 150 feet. That's from Lace School there, and it was 350 feet. And they're running the same kind of business. I never saw an issue in my ward over there. If somebody goes into Buena Beef across the street from Lace, they can get alcohol in there as well. So, I haven't seen any issues there. So I'm totally okay with them they're going in their locations based on your statements.
They're across the street, though. In this location, they could be coming across the sidewalk right there, though. That's the difference. You do have a street across. I agree 100%. But yeah, you have the McDonald's and also an ice cream place there. That's the tough thing for me.
Even
to-
though
to my ward,
though
so.
their license is going to be for 11 o'clock in the morning, I would venture to guess that the most of the people that are going to be coming into the VFW hall will probably be after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, when the kids are probably gone. So I'm not overly concerned.
Could we amend that to 3 o'clock or no?
Anyone interested in doing that?
We changed it as it was to
Right.
11 o'clock at night,
Right.
11 to 11. It was 11 to 1, and we made it 11 to 11 at the municipal services. So we already changed.
Right.
Okay.
Any other discussion on this issue? Then the roll, please.
Marquez,
Aye.
Shower,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
Kenny,
Aye.
Clistic.
Nay.
I have 4 ayes, 1 nay, and 2 absent.
And this does not require a supermajority or anything. Okay, so the item has been approved. Let's move to item C. Under new business is a motion to approve a proposal from Season Comfort Corp. For the installation of 2 AC units, condensers, and coils at the Public Works Building in an amount not to exceed $6,985. Do I have a motion to approve? Alderman Shower. Second by Alderman Kenny. Any discussion?
Summer's coming. Let's put them in.
You wouldn't know it.
Well, now that we don't have the other facility going in right next door, I guess we have to throw in to put the air conditioning in.
Not yet.
All right. The roll, please.
Shower,
Aye.
Kenny, Clistic,
Aye.
Marquez,
Aye.
Vaughn,
Aye.
5 ayes and 2 absent.
The motion has been approved. Let's move to questions, comments, and announcements of a general nature. Do any of the aldermen have comments? Yes, Alderman Shower.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to the city for planning it, and most importantly, thank you to Lisa Clem for having the electronics recycling on that Saturday. I thought that was a huge hit. We went through 3 dumpsters, and I bet you if we do that again in 6 months or even a year, we'll probably have another 3 dumpsters. Really did a nice job.
Well, we could have gone to even 4,
Probably,
frankly,
exactly.
It was just because it was our first time, we just didn't know. I did spot a couple cheaters in the group.
I heard that story.
I looked right at him. I said, "You stinker!"
He goes, oh my God, the mayor was there.
So, at any rate, yeah, and now I think the environmental committee is looking to do more more things, yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrific.
Yeah.
It was a good idea, really was.
Any other, yes, Alderman Clistic?
Yes, quick special thanks to the Lions Club and Chamber of Commerce for the run this past weekend. Had pretty good turnout, even though we had to compete against Willowbrook, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it was pretty decent turnout, and got just positive reviews for the whole event. So that was the 18th annual run, and hopefully next year we'll have our 19th. So.
Yes. Yeah, very well organized this year. Does anybody in the audience want to address the council? Was it Nadine? Did you say Nadine? Nicole, okay. You sure you don't want to answer any? Well, you can come up later after we're going to leave to go to a meeting, but you certainly can call Administrator Vanna
sure.
to get, there's agendas out there on the chairs. Oh, you did? Okay. So if you have any questions, you could call Administrator Vanna to ask him any questions that you'd like about any of the items on the agenda. So, okay. So if there's nothing further, we're going to adjourn back into executive session.
Well, we need to adjourn this
We'll adjourn from this meeting.
because there's no action to be taken.
Okay. Let me call for a motion to adjourn. Alderman Shower, second. Oh, here, there's the hand. Alderman Kenny, all in favor? Aye. Okay. Thank you.
Alderman McGyver's not here. Someone's got to wave crazy.
I know.
like a
Somebody's got to
you
do it.